You can keep thinking, but I guess you just have to jump. So, let's begin. Of these five books, there are two biographies, one of Malcolm X and second of Morrie. There are two books related to marketing, pure marketing. One is influence, second is positioning, and the third book you can classify in the self-help category, Ikigai. There is this viral clip of Barack Obama speaking in a conference where he was asked by a young girl something about socialism or something about capitalism and communism, where Barack Obama replied with that you don't need to take a side and nothing is perfect in this world. And that one clip stayed with me all the time when I was reading Malcolm X. Malcolm X, as a lot of people know, was a very renowned personality throughout the United States. He was a human rights activist, a Black Lives activist, who came from a very troubled background. He took up religion, preached religion in a considerable part of his life, and a lot of religious teachings also which he preached about were very, very controversial. All the while when I read this book, I was in a constant fight with myself because I could never come to terms with the teachings which Malcolm X taught. I agree to it. It is an autobiography. But but it was still a tussle for me. But in the end, going through and completing a piece where you are not really comfortable at it helps you grow somewhere down the line. Talking about influence is a masterpiece by Robert Cialdini. The version which I read is the latest or the more recent one. Influence can be termed as a Bible for marketing. Influence shows you principles which are used in our day-to-day lives on consumers, and influence for me was just a magician using tricks and showing it to me, and after showing me the trick, showing me how he did the trick, I was blown away by influence. You can be from any walk of life. You would like something, you won't like something, but if you get hooked to this book, there's one thing for sure, you are going to take away something for sure. The third book which I read, which was Positioning, which was written by Al Ries and Jack Trout, it's also a very interesting marketing book, even though a bit outdated from our time, written 20-25 years back. Some of its principles still holds true. A very big takeaway from Positioning is how, for a person who is not related to marketing field, it's very easy to think that a brand can build everything. But Positioning shows to us how line extension cannot always work. But one question which I was still left with, and I guess some expert can help me understand, is how Tata still succeeds in line extension, even though it's a very, very tough nut to crack. The fourth book which I read was Ikigai. Ikigai is it's a very simple book built on a very simple foundation of finding your inner calling. How to find your inner calling and where to find your inner calling. It is not a heavy book. It does not keep you it is not a heavy book. It does not keep you attached to something. It's a light read. It's a mood lifter. Tuesdays with Morrie was an emotional roller coaster, built on a very sweet premise of a professor talks to one of his favorite old student when he's on his deathbed in a terminally ill disease. The professor through his talks to the student through his own experience, shows him what has life taught him and how people should focus on things which are more important, which are more fulfilling. It holds a mirror to the society how we end up focusing on very irrelevant things. Tuesdays with Morrie is something which one can only experience after reading it. So, which of these five books I absolutely recommend? That would be Influence by Robert Cialdini. Robert Cialdini, through his words and through his pages, puts up a magic show. A magic show which you would never regret. It's a long read, but I would suggest if you are hooked to it, you will never let you go. That's it from me. Thank you.